Hi guys, around a week ago I made a piano cover for Slapocalypse by Berthoud, and today I'm going to make a tutorial so you can play too. Just a heads up, the song is obviously very difficult, so you have to be an advanced piano player to play that. The chords for this song are pretty simple. You have EM, D, A7, C, and sometimes B7. I kinda lied when I said E minor. Sometimes he plays with the minor major, does stuff like this, so it's not always clear if it's a major or a minor. As for the right hand, it plays a lot with the E minor pentatonic scale, so you got E, G, A, sometimes a B flat, B, D, and E. Okay, enough chit chat, let's play. For the first part, the left hand does this. Very simple, E, D, D flat, C, D. So why we do that twice every time? Because it's part of the melody. Yeah, the left hand helps with the melody a little bit. So what the right hand does, notice how I did that. If you do that very fast, it sounds like a slide on the bass. Then we move into this new part. Hello. Now I put my phone on the piano because I need two hands to do this. I go. And this one requires a little bit of practice. What I recommend is you take these three fingers and do. Until you can do it very fast. So with the finger on the left hand I hit A, and with the fingers on the right hand I hit B and D. And then I move this finger to B and these fingers to D and F sharp. And with the fourth finger to A flat, E, and with this left finger, or with I can switch to my thumb if it's more comfortable, G. As you already noticed, the left hand helps a lot to the right hand during the melody, because the melody is so fast that only the right hand can do it. Okay, so I will play now with both hands, and you will see how the left hand helps the right hand along the way. Do this part twice. Now we have this weird part. Just pretend that my thumb is my right hand, because I actually do that with my right hand at the recording. And this one is the hard part, so no, this part is also in with fast tapping, so remember, take these three fingers and go. Again, until you can make it very fast. And this one is just a round down of the E pentatonic scale. E, D, B, D, B, A, B, A, G, A, G, E. Remember to avoid C and F because they are unrelated. Continuing. With this one is actually with the left hand. And this is the dipstick lick, if you know that. Again with the fast tapping. So I will explain what's going on. You take A, G, E, G, E, D, E, D, B, D, B, A, and then B, A, G, B, A, G, B. With the left hand, you go E, E flat, and then E, and you start the chorus. And the chorus is similar to the intro. You go and with the left hand, instead of doing, I decided to do, because it sounds happier. Now moving into the second verse, the right hand actually stays in E all the time and does stuff like this. And the right hand goes again one more time. And then we start another part. We move chromatic steps down, but what's going on here is kind of similar to the fast tapping. With the fifth finger and the thumb, you hit G, and with the right hand you hit G an octave higher, and then you go down a half step. This is F sharp and then F. And then with the right hand, and the left hand helps a little bit with A and B. Then you basically do that again, but instead of this that we did, you do which is kind of the dipstick lick that we did earlier. G, E, D, B. The dipstick lick, if you watch Danny Sapko. And then we continue. And then we go. And only with the right hand. This one I actually do with the left hand because it helps me do it faster. Because you need to jump over here. And then again. This one is actually difficult. Practice on this. And then we go. And with the right hand. But actually do that in the tapping sequence. I just didn't want to switch hands. Then we move into this pre-chorus with the chords again are A minor, but I do this in this form, in the form of a power chord. Like this. So this one, this is what the left hand does. The right hand is actually, this is the most simple part. You go this is B7, and then I kind of go like, you know, sliding on the piano and landing on E minor. Now we entered the guitar solo, and this one is actually fast for the right hand, so try to keep up. So this is what he does. Then while in the left hand we go, you know, when we hit the thumb with this hit note with the thumb, this is actually the start of our melody, so we are waiting in the form of the A major chord, and we go, again running down the E pentatonic scale. We continue. And then we go. But actually the D will be hit with our left hand. We go. And then we go to this tapping sequence again. Now this is just to end the song well. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I go. So I will explain what I did. Actually we did that already. E, D, B, D, B, A, B, A, G, A, G, E, and then E minor with the right hand, and just, you know, E with both fingers in the left hand. And this is actually where we end our song. So remember to give it a lot of practice, because you need to practice all these techniques that I used here in this video. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this tutorial. If you enjoyed, you know the drill, thumbs up, subscribe, and all this stuff. And tell me in the comments if you want another tutorial for a song. Bye!